Shalom. Kol halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever, the 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen that look like those heathen. And to the few wakwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the great millstone. This isn't a black thing. This is about the Israelites who are scattered among all people. All right. But one thing's for sure, that when you talk about the biblical Israelites in the ancient times, they were definitely 144% what you would call today as Negroid. All right. And that makes up the Negro, Latino, and the Native American. I'm going to play a portion of a video that was done by Elder Bishop Ayatan, and then this video that was put up by Uriah on the Chicago GMS on air live too, which was an AI generated thing. You know that when Trump talks about the awakening of the Israelites at 144,000, which is what the Bible is about in its entirety. The whole Bible is about that moment, the kingdom of heaven. All right. If we go to the book of Revelation, you cannot have the kingdom of heaven without the 144,000 ruling, because that kingdom of heaven is going to be here on earth. All right. And the 144,000 are going to be your forever government. All right. There will be no more democracy, no more. There will be no more. In democracy, it basically comes with a grenade. Democracy grenade. All right. Democracy. Demo meaning demon. Crazy meaning rule. Rule of the demon. All right. But there can be no more socialism, no more capitalism, no more democracy, none of that stuff. All right. Because there will be a new governing body. All right. And that body will be the 144,000, and the head of that who will be Yahushai, who the world ignorantly and fraudulently called Jesus Christ. That next will be King David, who is Peter. All right, that's why Peter got the keys. Okay, because how did the Lord make a promise that David would rule over the Israelites forever, but then Peter be left in charge? Well, if you understand the Bible, if you understand the regeneration, the reincarnation, you would understand that Peter is King David. All right. Now, let's go to Revelation 21 and 2, and it reads, "And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband." All right. They're going to come down off the chariots. You know, in Revelation, the first chapter, let's go back to Revelation 1. It told you that the Lord left on a chariot. On the cloud. He's going to return on the clouds. And in Psalms 104, he tells you that he makes the clouds his chariots. That's why you sometimes see clouds form into something else, or be in weird shapes and circles and, shapes that are not natural. Then all of a sudden the cloud disappears and all you see is lights and fire streaming through the sky. Those are the chariots of Israel. Those are the vehicles that the angels travel in. Revelation 1 and 7, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him," proving once again reincarnation, regeneration. You don't have two 2,500-year-old Edomite Roman soldiers, that are still here, all right, that never died, all right, because it's saying those two that pierced him while he was on the cross, all right, they're going to see him, all right. "And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen." So the kindreds of the earth are going to wail when he comes mighty, okay? Because he's going to come in the midst of World War III, which is at hand, all right? World War III is at hand. The Lord is going to come in the midst of that, and then they're going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to try to fight the Lord. That's what 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, is all about. It's all about the Lord annihilating NATO, the EU, America. America's going to be wiped out already, but the remaining forces, Russia and NATO and all the smaller countries combined together, are going to stop fighting one another, and try to fight the Lord, and he's going to annihilate all their armies. Okay? So he referred to the clouds as his chariots. And that's how the New Jerusalem is going to come down. All right? And we're going to come down and what? And put into chains all the elites, and they're going to live out those prophecies. Daniel 2 and let's see what Daniel 2 and 35. It reads, Then was the iron clay and the brass and silver and the gold broken in pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor. Threshing floor is where is a kill zone. And the wind carried them away, and that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. The Lord is coming to break down. All right, because when you read up, it talks, matter of fact, I started 31. Daniel 2 and 31. O king, thou sawest, O king, sawest, and behold the great image, and the great image whose brightness was excellent, and stood before thee, for the form was thereof was terrible, and the image's head was of fine gold, right, which was the first kingdom. All right, then you had, it says that was the Babylonians. All right, and it says his breast and his arms were of silver. All right, that was the Persian Medes. Okay, and the form thereof was terrible, and the image's head was of Salakia, and his legs were iron. All right, the iron came the Grecians, because you had four major nations that ruled the whole earth. That ruled in the earth. Four major kingdoms. All right, and that was the Babylonian kingdom, the Persian Medes, the Greeks, and then the Greeks was the Romans. All right, and then the Greeks, and the Romans are the same people, Edomites, but two different kingdoms. All right, it says, or the progression of the Grecian kingdom, Rome took over. And it says, and his legs were of iron and his feet of miry clay. And then the Roman kingdom was wounded. The Romans were referred to as the red dragon, right? The red cloaks and the fire, when they marched, they were referred to as the red dragon, and they were wounded and yet did live. And so that red dragon, when they came back into power in the Renaissance, well, that's when something called iconoclasm happened. All right? Iconoclasm was the destruction of all the dark images, because when Rome fell, the Negroes ruled, the so-called Negroes, who were the Israelites, ruled in Asia, all right, which Europe is in Asia, all right? They ruled Southwest Asia, which is the so-called Middle East, and they ruled a lot in North Africa as well. They were the rulers of the earth, okay? And while that was going on, the Northern Kingdom had already came here to the Americas. This is all biblical, all right? This is what was going on. And the Lord returns to a world which is ruled by Esau, Edom. So in that 1,000-year period that the Negroes were ruling, well, they left all the images. Hence the reason, I'm going to play this short video, why if you notice, all of last year, President Putin kept getting on TV, and even in his hand and on the walls behind him, kept showing you these black relics, these black images and icons of the heavenly individuals from the Bible, all right, in their original state. Now, I remind you, those images that was being shown in the background, these different interviews and museums and things, these predate Renaissance. This was Dark Ages and medieval. All right, prior to the Renaissance. And the Renaissance is when Esau Edom came into power. The dragon that was wounded but yet did live came back into power. All right, and began to whitewash, what you would call whitewashing today, or commit iconoclasm. All right, it even gives you a couple different instances of it in the Bible. It tells you in 1 Maccabees and in the Wisdom of Solomon that they were doing this. 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. Told you that they opened the book of the law, wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images. Okay, so without any further ado, let's play this first video. It's 2 minutes. And this is of the AI, which is, and the AI claimed it, but the AI is speaking the truth. In this case, because AI can be programmed to, to be disingenuous. All right, because there was some AI that went online around 2013, 14 that some MIT students let it go on the internet live, and it went and started learning. And I think it was either 28 or 48 hours later, it came back and said that all Edomites, all so-called white people, need to be exterminated off the earth, that they were the problem. That's what the AI said. And you know what? They scrubbed it. Matter of fact, all the stories that talked about that are all gone. They are gone. They scrubbed it right off the internet. All right, because we were heavy out on the highways and byways at that time. All right, and causing up a stir. But here we go.
Chosen people, and this is their land. They know that this is God, chosen people, and this is their land. And 144,000 has already been awakened, regaining the memories, and soon to have their powers. But this solar flash hit the cabal, won't know what to do with them. These are the first fruit. The 144,000 is sealed and awake. I don't think the cabal understand what this means. The chosen ones are already awoke and gaining all of their memories. This means bad business for them. They know what's coming. Just picture this. 144,000 black people with superpower godlike abilities. Me and Putin try to warn them we're dealing with something we don't quite understand. They are ancient gods, primordial. They know that this is God, chosen people, and this is their land. And 144,000 has already been awakened, regaining the memories, and soon to have their powers. But this solar flash hit the cabal, won't know what to do with them. These are the first fruit. The 144,000 is sealed and awake. I don't think the cabal understands.
So the 144,000 are sealed and awake, and what happens is it talks about it in 1 Corinthians, right? And in Psalms, the Lord, the Lord quoted Psalms 82 and 6 when he says that that ye are men, but ye will die like gods. I mean, Salakia, you are gods, but you would die like men. Slip of the tongue. I said it backwards, but you know what? Let me just go to it. Yeah, at Psalms 82 and 6, and it reads, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. That was a part of the curses and the punishment, to be caught up in the chains of darkness. The chains of darkness is these mortal bodies, is flesh. And mortal is a brother, the beautiful brother, beloved brother Kazak Yahweh that sent me a definition of mortal today, which is pretty heavy. And basically it says mortal means a sentence of death. All right. It literally means it was a sentence of death. See if I can find it real quick. Yep, found it. It says mortal, and this is Edamon online that I'm reading. All right, so you can go look it up for yourself. But it says late 14th century, deadly destructive to life, causing or threatening death or illness, poison, wounds, etc. Also, a person's or body's doomed to die, subject to death, from French mortel, destined to die, deserving death, directly from the Latin mortalis, subject to death, mortal or mortal human forms, genitive mortis, death. So we got, because in the beginning we were supposed to live eternally, but since when we went off, we got sentenced to mortality, which you have a time frame on your life. Okay? And now, as this AI proclaimed, these people are awakened. And yes, we are awakened. And that is exactly what's going to happen. And in Corinthians proves it. In 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, it says we'll be changed in the blink of an eye. Because we're going to go up on those chariots to be saved. That's when you become saved, dumb Christians. All right? The 144,000 is 12,000 men, not women, 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes. That's Revelation, the 7th chapter. Start in verse 4 and through 9. And when you get to verse 9, the innumerable multitude are the Israelites scattered among the heathen that look like the heathen. So you can't get around this. You can't try to include the other people in this. All right, that's why the AI said it the way it said it. But 1 Corinthians 15 and I think starting at 51 to 52, it says, 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall raise incorruptible, and will be changed. So the brothers who die serving Yahweh Bashim Shai on this side, they're gonna be the first to get lifted up, and those who passed already, like elders, before our elders, Abba Bivens, all right, Yaiquab, and King Mo, all right, and it says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So we're going to be exempt from these mortal bodies. All right, we're gonna be damn near 9 foot tall with them Pringles cans, full of seed. All right, because 144,000 is going to have to bring back, the innumerable multitude of our people that are numbered in the 2/3 who are marked to die on this side. That's what it is. That is completely and totally biblical. All right. How else can a little one become 1,000? All right. One man can have 1,000 children with one wife. Duh. All right. So let's go to the next video with Elder Bishop Ayathan, and we'll let him speak for a moment.
Out there for free for a low price. Why charge $1,600? So I'm gonna play this video because I want.
Yeah, they're charging $1,600 for this Russia icon book, which once again proves that predates the Renaissance art, and there's imagery of them, committing iconoclasm, taking these very artifacts and then repainting them as white people. They're so busted, and I love it when Esau Edom is exposed and shamed, and you notice the guys that used to always come on, y'all was kings and shit. They don't scoff so much anymore. All right, because the truth has come out. When I tell you that you're not the Irish, you're not the Scots, you are not the you are not the English, you are not the Vikings, you are not the Danes. That's all lies, whitewashed Hollywood whitewashing lies, continuing in Renaissance lies.
I read the scriptures, right? If you look here, Russian icons, you can see you got this and then you got this, right? This is called iconoclasm. This is called whitewashing. Okay? Because the real images are dark. Okay, so let's play this video, and then I haven't watched this whole thing yet. I'm gonna play some of it, and then when the Spirit had me stop it, I'm gonna stop it, and that'll be the end of this video. All right? Shalom. Let's go.
I do plan to watch this video. It's queued up. Beethoven, Bach, all Israelites, all black men. Mozart, they weren't white.
Have you ever seen or heard of biblical icons where Jesus or the Virgin Mary have dark skin, or even Abraham or King David? Then look beyond Europe. Russia has opened its vaults to reveal biblical icons featuring darker skinned figures. In case this is making you wonder if Russia has its own twist on biblical figures. The answer is a no. This is not the case at all. This is, a matter of fact, as real as the untouched horizon of time. These icons aren't just artistic anomalies. These hold deep meanings of hidden shaded truths, sparking serious, curious questions about history and faith, representation, and the unexpected corners of religious art. Pay close attention, amazing people. You are just about to hear it today, like it is, in this video. Before we continue, kindly endeavor to hit that like button as a way of supporting our works. Share with your families and friends to keep spreading our eye-opening black narrative, and subscribe to Stay Put for more, while you help in
Okay, so
I'm gonna stop that and let me go back. There it is. That's the actual video right there. The untold truth. All right. I think, yeah, that's it. And you gotta remember, Putin was doing all those interviews, and he kept showing you those all these black icons, you know. So let's read a scripture. Let's go to Jeremiah 14:2, referring to the one tribe of Judah. That's only one of the 12 tribes, the same tribe that the Lord came from. You know, Hebrews 7:14. All right, because they whitewashed the Lord and they whitewashed His people. All right, but this is Jeremiah 14:2, and it reads, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish, meaning they have no more leadership. Not that the gates were black, like you know, that's what vocab Malone tried to say. Oh my God. It says they are black unto the ground. They're black like the earth. Brown, different, different shades of brown, because no one's actually black. Because when you look into the scripture and you look up that word black, that's a Hebrew word, kadar, which means dark skin. And Solomon compared himself to the tents of Kedar. Kedar was one of the Ishmaelite, what you would call an Arab today, because they were dark too. Matter of fact, all nations were dark except the Edomites, who were really red. You can see that this man that they call black is really brown, and then Putin is really red. All right, so black and white are false social narratives that was put up to for control. All right. Once again, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. So the Judites, the Yahawada, all right, the tribe that the Lord came from, well, they were so-called black. And the evidence is cognitive dissonance is something else. And then that's another reason why they come with all this legislation to call, to make the Bible hate speech, or reading the Bible publicly or hate speech, because the truth of the matter is that the facts of the Bible is not an inclusive book like the Catholics say. Catholic means universal. All right, the Bible is not inclusive. It's very, the Bible is a book written to and for the Israelites. It tells you of the rise, fall, and then rise again of the Israelites. All right, and their nemesis, the Edomites, who definitely are still here, because the Edomites would, according to prophecy, would be the ruling class people when the Lord returns. All right. And as a matter of fact, let's get a scripture to substantiate that and then wrap it up. Let's go to Isaiah 63. No, 65, Isaiah 65. All right. No, it's 63. Yeah, it was 63 and 1. All right. You can read through verse 7, but I'm just going to read the first couple of scriptures. But it reads, Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra, that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength? I that speak righteousness, mighty to save. So when the Lord returns on his chariots with his armada of clouds, armada of chariots, that they've been fraudulently calling UAPs and UFOs. They know what they are, just like they know who we are. Where art thou therefore red in thine apparel, that thy garments are like him that treadeth the wine vat? So he's going to have the blood of his enemies all over him, all right, from slaying them. And then he reads, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I would tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So the Lord is coming to annihilate the heathen, and especially them of Basra, of Edom. He made because it's all about Edom. Okay? Edom and Israel. And you have a certain portion of Edom that's claiming to be the people of the Lord. And every day it's coming out that they're not. And you would think that they would just give up on a lie, but they're just gonna hold on to that lie until till until they're shamed to the last shame, because it's actually pretty embarrassing for them to continue to push it at this point. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash, Kwam Yasserala Shalom.